Hello, good morning, and welcome to the 10th day. Well, actually 11th, but day 10. We started at 0 of the challenge going from 0 to 100k. Today will be again one of those boring days when I'm going to do some research because we're kind of done with the first project. I still need to prepare the launch for Monday, but then it's a question of alright, what's next now? So I'm going to do some research, see what ideas I can get and what things I have to learn in order to create something which can be monetized. Hello Milos, hello Zaman and CSE. How are you today? Yeah, I'm going to the ideas tab and see, all right, what should I work on? Hey Ceci, where yeah, I don't have a webcam today because it's very hot and yeah, someone doesn't have a shirt. So yeah. Good morning, Youssef. Okay. I'm thinking. I'm doing fine. How are you? This is an article I found on the Indie Hackers podcast talking about how to brainstorm great business ideas. I might go over the article. It's not short. You can go over yourself. But yeah, basically the weekly deals so far is alright. We're going to launch in 3 days. So I have tomorrow to work and finish the launch. There are still some things left to do for the project which could work for the future. Let's see if I got any other requests to promote products on it. Yeah, and the marketing again should work on. Okay, no. Yes, I'm working as a developer. On mobile, the fonts are a bit too big. Okay. Yeah, probably. Maybe the title here. Nah, I can work on that. But like nothing major, right? As long as it's functional, should be fine. Okay. I still have these ideas here. But yeah. This idea kind of didn't work because, well, it wasn't enough traction. Let's see the form, accountability buddy. How many people signed up for? 36. So yeah, I expected at least 100 in order to like be viable, right? Yeah, minor changes. Yeah. How is South Africa? Here is so hot. Yeah, give me a second. Oh, it's loud outside. To close the window. Just a second. Alright. Yeah, hello. I turn on the webcam. It's freezing. Oh boy. I wish some cold here because it was so hot I could barely sleep and my head is heavy now. It wasn't the best night I had. Welcome to your face. Thanks. How many years of experience you have? I started in 2013. So yeah. Plus minus 8. By the way, chat. Today is 1st July. 1st of July. So that means that half of 2021 is gone. What have you done in the first half of the year? And what are your plans for the second half? Let's see. I'm very curious to see what you're planning to do. I also need to work. One of the things I want to do today after the stream, I want to plan the rest of the year. Hey Aman, happy July. Don't like this song. Why is so... Okay. It's pretty hard to pick an idea and bet on it that it will make money. You want to try Flutter? Oh, interesting. You also started in 2013. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, there are a lot of things I don't know. I mean, I know my way through multiple things, but I'm not very good at it. I can't say I'm proficient. So that's why, for example, creating a SaaS is something I'd like to do, but I don't know if I have the skills to do it. You know? One of the most attracting things would be... Let me reorder these. A community subscription. I already started to work on this, but I haven't set it up properly. So that would be one way. Then creating website templates. I don't know how good it is, how valuable it is. Hey Simon, how are you today? I'd like to also try creating a dev merch using Shopify, maybe? Or wait, I think for merch you can use already existing platforms. So maybe hiring a designer to do some nice designs, dev related designs, and we can sell the merch. Sometimes you know exactly what you want to do, but just learning on a daily basis from searching for little things you don't know helps a lot. Yeah. Web components. This is kind of the same of the website template side of things. Hey Robert. Resume builder. Yeah, I've read something interesting today. Let me share it with you. This is a really nice story from Andrei Zimov. He created shit to site. Doesn't sound good from my side, but yeah. Basically is a website where you can use Google cheat sheet to create a site. It's a project where you can use Google sheet to create a site, and it was acquired. Now going to the story, Andrei quit his job and started in 2018. Let me zoom in so you can see too. Started in 2018 to a year called Hardcore Year. By the way, I'm going to store this in the resources. Other creators. Andrei Azimov. Sold shit to site. Yeah, I think he has a website. Let me check that out too. His Twitter, just a store. Ah. All right. I want this to have here what blog. Yeah. What's the name of the nice looking purple team? Purple team. Oh, this on yeah, it's just if you go to manage accounts, you can select this by default. One of the default colors. Okay, so back to Andres. He started in 2018 to a year called Hardcore Year. Basically, he wanted to create products and monetize them and get to a 1K MRR. He didn't have money for renting a bike, so he was walking 2 kilometers every night with a lot of dogs chasing him. So he had to have a stick. Yeah, he worked at Starbucks. Was in Bali. I think Bali, right? Okay, he started working on some projects, and yeah, first started to work on shit to site in, I don't know what the year, but look how it looked back then. And yeah, improve the design. Let's. Oh yeah, this is a good step because this is something a lot of builders might face. So the product was good enough for me, but I decided to show to people and see if they will get it. How wrong I was. Face-to-face real people feedback can teach you more than an entire month of working alone. Depression. After the site was semi-ready, I've made a soft launch and shared it in my Twitter Indie Hackers beta list. I felt like everyone would be using it because it was solving such a popular problem. This is not what happened. What happened was people saying, "Oh, nice idea." This hurt. Someone even told me that the website was pointless, as Wix, Squarespace, and other website builders were already doing this. What I know now is that depression stage is a standard in any creative process. If you hit this stage, know that you are on the right path, and this is crucial. You do not give up now. You can do it if you persevere. And yeah, this is a nice. I also retweeted this. Step 1, this is awesome. Step 2, this is tricky. Step 3, this is shit. 4, I am shit. 5, this might be okay. And 6, this is awesome. So basically you go from this is an amazing idea to maybe not, it's a bad idea, I'm a bad developer, maybe it's good, and this is good again. Alright, then the perfectionism trap, which we must be careful of. And a lot of you also I've seen while I was working on the project, do that, fix that, add that feature. So be careful not to fall for this trap, because it can lead to unhappiness, not only for yourself, but for those who you love. Yeah, so Andrei started again working on the site to sheet again. Is it site to sheet or sheet to site? But quickly became obsessed with perfecting it. He didn't want to launch it because it wasn't perfect. Fast forward, he launched it and finished in 2 days. Deadline works. He made a deadline to launch it on Product Hunt. Celebrated the launch, and in 10 days after launch made 16 sales. From $5 per month to $10 per month or $60 per year. This is such a nice screenshot to get. Like, this is an iPhone 4, I think, or 5. Yeah, you can see. Yeah, this is just nice to see money coming in like that. All right. He explains what else he was doing. On the meantime, started working something new. 2 macOS apps. He also became the Product Hunt Maker of the Year, which is amazing. I'd like that. I'd like this award. Yeah, he finished the ideas, so decided to go back to the project to improve the design and make new templates. So he launched Sheet2 Site 2.0 and made 1K MRR. Not sure how long it took. Reached the goal I set a year ago for quitting my job to building 7 apps and 1K MRR. Which is amazing, like having an app to make you 1K, especially if it's all automated and you can just enjoy the revenue. It's amazing. In 2019, spent a lot of time optimizing and automating the product, making new templates. Then COVID happened in 2020. A lot of new customers, but a lot of support. Added new stuff, automation, everything. Created YouTube videos. I want to see this.
Hi everybody, my name.
Okay. Business was stable, had some free time, launched a couple other side projects. Yeah, but he had a post. It's done here, not sure. Yeah, fast forward, he was making 10K MRR, which is like amazing, 10K a month, which is, whoa. And he ended up selling it. And considering that, let's see, 10K times 12, it's 120K a year. If a product makes 120 a year, I think you can ask for like 5x more. If Simon is here, he can tell us, he's the expert. But like if he asked for 3 times more, that's 360K. For the product, which is like pretty good. Oh, how much I wish to have something like this in a year. Who knows? Marcel, I have a personal project where I want to create a portfolio containing different pages made up of different JS frameworks like Angular, Vue, React. I always fall into the perfectionism trap. Best is to set those wireframes, build your scaffold, and then only fill in the details. I guess it will follow. If you follow those steps, you will feel amazing afterwards. Yeah, Simon says 2 to 10x. It highly depends. Yeah, but even 2x, that means 240K in 3 years plus the revenue from the MRR, right? I mean, that's good, right? Of course, he like worked a lot, and maybe it's taxes, and not maybe, for sure he had taxes and everything. But not only the revenue side. Imagine how many things he learned along the way, and I'm really curious what he's working now. He also sold 3 stuff, acquired. Pretty nice. Yeah. I mean, pretty amazing. And this is another creator. I have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people already who did similar things, which is inspiring. Now it's my turn, even though I don't know how yet. For some reason, I like Notion. So I kind of thinking to do something with Notion, but what? Hello. There are a lot of projects with Notion. but still, that's one thing. Another thing, what I'm thinking is that just start working on something, learn experience with it, and then yeah, just move on and try other things until something sticks. Simon, tell us your experience. You also have a nice experience building FeedHive, so unfortunately I did not see your previous videos. Is your video about collaborating on how as a developer create yearly revenue as a freelancer? I'm not sure what you mean. Don't understand your question. Yeah, let me see if we had something to do from yesterday. Finish the email. Okay, I still need a project. What about an app that track productivity expenses using Notion? I think they have an API that you can use. A product, some SaaS project. Yeah, but again, you need the idea. And for a good idea, you need to do some research, find an audience, see what are the problems in that audience, solve the problem, sell the problem. HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React is easy. It's authentication that is hard and tough. Yeah, I'd have to agree on that side. And why it's hard and tough? Because like we don't know it well. If we knew, then it wouldn't be that hard. Okay, so this is the main task of today. Find a new project to work on. Can we make a responsive website without media queries? Yes, but why? I mean, you can make a site to look on mobile as to look on desktop as on mobile. Like, you just center everything. That's responsive, but I mean, why would you do that? And regarding the question, how many HTML we should learn to make a best web developer? Don't try to, don't chase to be the best developer. Just start learning stuff, building stuff, and with time okay, you can, but what's the best developer? How can you measure if you're the best developer? Is it the salary? Is it the knowledge you have? I mean, what's best? Why would you like to be best? I mean, a lot of people who are medium make a decent amount, they have time. We're basically chasing freedom, right? Why do we work? Ask yourself that question. Why do you go to work? Because you want to make money. Why do you want to make money? Because you want to buy stuff. Why do you want to buy stuff? Because you think it makes you happy, and probably makes you happy, and because you want time, right? Time to do whatever you want and to have money to do whatever you want. So always start to, not always, try to figure out what you want to do with your life. And then kind of move towards it and take it step by step. Then ask yourself, okay, I want to make $1 million, but why? If you don't have a very straightforward answer to that question, then it won't make sense. You'll quit along the way. But if you say something, okay, I want $1 million because my current lifestyle needs $40,000 a year, and if I study a bit, you'll see that a safe withdrawal rate of 4% from your investments is 4%. So if you want to have a nice lifestyle where you can afford whatever you want for a year and you wouldn't have to work, you need invested $1 million. So yeah, kind of see, you have a goal and now you know what you want to do and it will make sense. Otherwise, just, I want to be a millionaire. All right, but why? you know. And this is exactly with the everything you want to do. Hey, Fronty. I've heard of this mysterious guy, Florin, who's been rumored to be the best programmer. No way. Finally done with the exam. Awesome. I hope it went well for you. How much you earned? 250 so far, almost. Did you fix the subscribe button yet? It's showing outside of get notified box on Firefox. No, I haven't. Because here I don't have Firefox, and here it looks nice, so I don't know why it doesn't work. My personal project I work on is to try to make my life easier. If someone also likes the project, then I'll start sharing when I'm done with it. Yeah. All right. To be honest, this finding new project ideas to work on is probably the most tedious, boring, hard part, maybe. But oh well. I'm just going to tell you that this is today's stream. I'm going to just think about ideas, make some plans, study something, research. So yeah, it might be boring, today's stream. I guess you have a money amount goal to be financially independent. How far along have you gotten on that? You don't have to say amounts, but the percentage could be cool to hear. Yeah, I have personally. So this is what I did. I've been studying the financial part for a couple of years, not like full time or anything, but yeah, just to know stuff, to know more stuff that I used to know. And when it comes to financial independence, we started by tracking our expenses every day, every week. Whenever we bought something, we wrote it down. We use an app, and then we figured out how much we need a month and a year. Obviously, if you know how much you need per month, then you know per year. So when you know that amount, then you start to, basically financial independence means that you have passive income enough to cover your lifestyle. Yeah, I read something, I forgot my thoughts. Yeah, so passive income covers your lifestyle. But for that, you need to know what's your lifestyle. In our case, when we started tracking a couple of years ago, it was an amount, and now the amount changed, which means that, yeah, I need more money to save and invest. I'm still learning the investment side because it's, yeah, tricky there too. Do you buy rentals? Do you buy stocks? Index funds? It's another story. But yeah, we are still a long way to having invested the amount we need. If you click subscribe with no email enter, it shows up 3 different warnings. Can you add validation on that form? That's from ConvertKit. Oh. Yeah, I see. It shows the text. They basically fill in this text. But now if I put an email success, it kind of should disappear though. Yeah, that's something I can work on. Probably, I don't know how they work. They create that div. And I need to figure out when the text appears to remove the text after a while. It's a bit tricky because I don't know if I have access to that event which fills in the div. Or can you check JavaScript check event DOM event when element is added? Is there such an event? Oh. Yeah, continuously check on them. You could create a dev community like Stack Overflow. Yeah, I have a plan to create a community with people who would like to go on the same journey from 0 to 100k. Yeah, spreadsheet is okay. I've been using an app on my phone. We've been using an app on our phones called Money Lover, I think. It's with a little piggy or something icon. But it's not the best app, probably. I've heard of Mint. Budget tracker and planner. And I've heard this is good. But yeah, haven't used it. What's the... I'm curious, what's the pricing? Yeah, pooling, I don't know, I mean, I could just, whenever someone clicks this button, after a second or so to check this field and remove it, or after 5 seconds. Fast. What fast? Make a video on React.js fast. Really? Yep, thank you for telling me what to do. Okay, let's see this article and what it says. It's been said that ideas don't matter and that only execution does. I disagree. You need both to succeed, but you can only get so good at execution. A great idea gives you much more leverage. Below is a framework coming up with great business ideas. Ooh. Hey Petru. Most people equate product ideas with business ideas. That's wrong. Your product is only one part of your business. There are at least 4 parts in total. The problem you're solving and the people who have it, so the market. The distribution channels to reach customers. The monetization model you use to make money. The solution to the problem, your product or service. Great business ideas are strong in all of these areas. So we have the problem you're solving and the people, so the market, how we're going to reach the people and how we're going to monetize, and yeah, the solution to. I probably put this second, but yeah, whatever. Problem first, solution last. The number one rule is to put the problem first and the solution last. That's right. Your product should be the last thing you think about. It's kind of hard always because we always just, I'm going to build this product and which is going to do X and Y to Z, but you don't know if there is a need for that product or if there is an issue, you know? All right, why? Because it's the most feasible, flexible. I can't read. You can build anything, but the other 3 aspects are constrained. You have to choose from a limited set of viable problems, channels, and models. Always start with the constraints. Seth Godin puts it nicely in his book. It doesn't make any sense to make a key and then run around looking for a lock to open. The only productive solution is to find a lock and then fashion a key. It's easier to make products and services for the customers you seek to serve than it is to find customers for your products and services. Yeah, so like, I need to figure out what problems there are. Alright, good. I mean, I kind of knew this, but I always start backwards. If you find yourself trying to think up project ideas, then you're putting the solution first. Not only is that backwards, but it's harder. It's impossible to design a great tool for a job before you even know what the job is. So how exactly are you supposed to think up good product ideas out of thin air? I'm going to store this article because I find it so powerful. Okay. You'll make your life easier and your business ideas better if you put the solution last and the problem first. What makes for a good problem? What browser do you use? I use Brave. Okay, so what makes a good problem? The first step is to recognize a good problem when you see one. A good problem is one that many people have, otherwise you won't have enough customers. For indie hackers, this number doesn't need to be too big. Usually a few 100,000 is enough. Few 100,000? What? In some cases much less. I mean, a few 100,000? Still find it to be a lot, don't you? You want this to be people you genuinely like talking to because they'll be your customers for years. And ideally you have the same problem as them too, so you can emphasize with them, with what they're going through. It's best if the people who have this problem hang out together and identify as a named group. For example, developers, teachers, NBA fans, YouTubers. That means they're likely to make all sorts of recommendations to each other, including product recommendations, which makes word of mouth growth possible for your business. It also gives you juicy channels to target, which will come into play later. Yeah, this is really good though, but so hard. For a long time I kind of avoided doing this kind of research in live stream because it sounds a bit boring, right? But yeah, I think it's an important step. Boring is an important step of finding a viable thing. Okay, let's continue. It helps if the problem is a growing one, meaning more and more people have it every year. This sets the stage for your business to grow. And you want it to be a problem that people encounter frequently, so they'll seek the solution on a regular basis. The blog link, yeah, sure. Finally, and arguably most importantly, you want it to be a valuable problem. In other words, you want it to be a problem that people pay money to solve. Preferably lots of money. Paul, merci. Paul D. Olegu. Not sure which one. But I know, from college, right? Okay, finding a problem. Let's see. I'm going to, yeah, this is something I might need to do, like ask my audience what problems they have. Maybe start with solving a problem I have first, and then yeah, that might be the wisest. Anyway, let's continue reading because this is a nice article. Finding a problem. Armed with this knowledge, it's time to find a problem. You're going to have to brainstorm. Some people recommend that you just sit around waiting for inspiration to strike. I don't. That might take years, if not forever. Be proactive. It's hard to say where the best place to start brainstorming is, not because there are so few, but because there are so many. There are thousands of good problems out there, and practically anything can trigger you to stumble across one. What's more important is that you recognize a good problem when you see one, and vice versa. If a problem scores poorly on the guidelines above, don't waste your time. Keep brainstorming. For that reason, it makes sense to start with one of these guidelines in mind. and let that be your trigger. For example, since it's helpful to solve a problem that you have yourself, why not take a look at your own life and see if you can spot any problems? What worries you, exasperates you, or annoys you? The other guidelines also work well as brainstorming triggers. Who do you like spending time with? What groups are you a part of? What are some problems you notice people solving frequently? What's something that seems to be growing into a bigger trend? My personal favorite is to start by looking at where people are already spending lots of time and money and go from there. Money changing hands is almost always a sign that there's a valuable problem being solved. Interesting, right? Okay, avoid fatal mistakes. Founders typically have already made 1 or 2 huge mistakes by this point. If you can avoid these, you'll be way ahead before you even started. Start with the solution in mind. I've mentioned this already, but it's worth repeating. You need to be honest with yourself here, because this is sometimes subtle. Subtle? Yeah. If you're already attached to a particular idea for a product, technology, or set of features that you want to build, that's going to ruin your ability to find a solid problem and analyze it objectively. You've put the solution first, and it's blinding you to opportunities. That's risky. Ruling out already solved problems. Nothing in these guidelines above says that a good problem is one that nobody's solving. In fact, the opposite is usually true. Almost all successful businesses start by tackling problems that have popular, pre-existing alternative solutions. Too many founders are struggling to solve unsolved problems, not realizing that they're often unsolved because they're unimportant and people don't care. If people are already using solutions, that's proof the problem is real. This one is tricky because it kind of means that you start by copying something which is already working and then try to improve on it, right? I mean, tricky. Being afraid to solve high-value problems. Indie hackers in particular are notorious for only tackling cheap, low-value problems, but you don't have to sell something for cheap to have a chance at success. That's backwards. It's actually harder to sell cheap things because people care less. I've bought more cars than back scratchers in my life. This is true even if you're a small, scrappy startup. I've met 2-person teams selling their software for $10,000 per year per customer. Pick a high-value problem and charge a high price. Copying is not bad, but yes, you need to make it better. Yeah. Not having a specific customer in mind. If you can't articulate whose problem you're solving, how is your website going to articulate it? If you want to wait to see who the best customer turns out to be, that sounds a lot like a key looking for a lock. If you think your product is for everyone, you're neglecting to make it great for any group in particular. If you describe your target customers by combining a bunch of attributes, example, iOS users who need to get tasks done but prefer modern, clean UIs, that's not an actual group of people. You're just describing the features of a product you're already biased towards building. Some of these points are a bit counterintuitive. That's why so many generations of smart but uninformed indie hackers are repeating the mistakes of their predecessors. But it's simple to avoid these kind of mistakes once you know them. It's more of a matter of knowledge and discipline rather than genius or hard work. This article is just so good. Don't skip distribution. Once you have a good problem, you need a distribution strategy. You need an answer to the question, how am I actually going to reach my customers? Question in the chat. Do you have GPT-3 OpenAI? OpenAI API? No. Creating things that solve my own problem or solutions related to what I am learning usually helps me find ideas. Yeah. Okay, let's go back. I like this article a lot. Someone is getting sleepy already. Okay. Related. Oh, okay. I was worrying, what's that word? The number one mistake here is skipping this step entirely, especially if you're a developer, a designer, or a creator of any kind. You're antsy to get to the product. Growth-related activities probably seem boring, perplexing, or even nefarious to you. You'd rather just build something so great that it grows on its own. Sadly, that almost never happens. Relying on it is akin to playing the lottery. Sure, you've seen some stories. Some people win, but probably not you. We can wait while you make coffee. Yeah, I don't drink coffee. Create problems and then solve them. Yeah, that's something valuable too, but like not for a lot of people. Remember that even though artists like to complain about the record labels, they do record deals regardless. It doesn't matter how great your music is, if nobody ever hears it. Your business can make money if you can't reach your customers. This is too crucial an aspect of a business to put it off and leave it to luck. Petru, thank you very much for becoming a popper. I appreciate it. Think about channels. Fortunately, brainstorming about distribution is easier than you might think. You're limited to a small number of channels that you need to investigate. From the book Traction. After interviewing more than 40 successful founders and researching countless more, we discovered that startups get traction through 19 different channels. Many successful startups experimented with multiple channels until they found one that worked. We call these customer acquisition channels traction channels. These are marketing and distribution channels through which your startup can get traction. Real customer growth. For example, channels include things like SEO, press, content marketing, social media, sales, partnership, ads, etc. I won't get into testing traction channels because that's beyond the scope of the post. But the first channel you start with should almost always be direct outreach leading to one-on-one conversations with customers, either via the phone or in person. Yep. What template do you use for your tasks in Notion? I just have my own kind of thing. I just create a table, that's it. Hey Vid, I just created a table with views by the default one and just use it. All right. Okay. Catching up what I missed. I just read the article. I shared the article above, so. Okay, that's usually the easiest way to get your first customers. You don't have to be a marketing genius to send some emails or make some phone calls. You'll also be much more persuasive personally than your website will be on its own, and you'll learn crucial lessons from these conversations. The only reason big companies don't do this is because it's expensive and doesn't scale, but that doesn't matter for you. You don't have to care about scale when you're trying to go from 0 to 1, or 1 to 10, or 10 to 100. Don't copy what big companies are doing when you're a small company, or you'll throw away your natural advantages. You read an article for 47 minutes? More or less. I have a problem right now. I sometimes miss out on what you read and completely miss the flow. Figuring out where you are on that huge text is a problem. That's a Chrome extension idea. My English is not good. Can you tell me how to improve? Yes, I can tell you what I did. I started reading listening, talking, writing in English. I was very bad at it, but with time, I used it every day, and I started with I went to Google Translate whenever I didn't know a word, and I was like, okay, what this means, and I figured out what the word was meaning. But I still remember some days I were like, okay, I saw this word before, but I forgot, so go again. I used a lot of Google Translate, and that helped me tremendously. Robert, thank you very, very much for your donation. I appreciate it. Yeah, the donations, I don't know if they will go towards the goal, but it will support me going through it. So yeah, I appreciate it. Paul, hey. Ce mai faci, Paule? Okay, let's continue to read and see what we're going to learn. At the end, I'm going to brainstorm to see, okay, what problems I have. And maybe you chat will tell me what problems you have. Maybe we can find a solution. All right. Where were we? Oh, my personal goal. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. Don't copy what big companies are doing when you're a small company, or you'll throw away your natural advantage. Later, however, scalable channels are important. It's not enough just to do a glitchy launch, because you can usually only do that once. You need to put some thought into long-term repeatable channels. Luckily, since you started by thinking about the problem, you have some hints. You know who your customers are, right? So ask yourself, what channels are they already making heavy use of? For example, if you're solving a problem for software engineers, you'll be looking at GitHub, SEO. Developers do tons of Google searches. Hacker News, conferences, code-related newsletter and podcasts, YouTube channels, communities, Twitter influencers, bootcamps. These are all potential channels. Yep, totally agree. If you can't think of anything decent, that's usually a sign that you don't know enough about your target customers and how to reach them. It's possible that you need to go back to the drawing board and pick a different problem or set of customers. Just finished the meeting and run into you, gladly. Congrats again and have fun. Yeah, thank you. You're welcome to stay with us whenever you want. I'm live every day from 10 a.m. Wise words, yeah. So, okay, let me take a step back here and think. I have a project now, the first project. Well, basically, I have the Notion document, which kind of, it's sold. It doesn't sell anymore. Let me see. Analytics, the product, the first. Yeah, it sold. Oops. It sold 29 copies. Basically, all the research I'm doing and the to-dos and everything from the notes people could buy, but yeah, they don't anymore. So that's one product, but I didn't expect this to be huge, so that's fine. Then for the other project, is it just me or it's laggy? Hopefully you can hear me well. For the weekly deals, I already have 2 people who bought the I'm losing my mind. Who bought the feature pricing, so that's $100, which kind of like, if I can continue to make $100 or $200 a week, that's okay, right? I still need to find a way to grow this project, to find, yeah. But see, comparing to what we were reading, this is the wrong way to go with the project. I kind of built a project and now I want to find people to it. But I should have gone the other way around. Find people and then build a product for them. I have no doubt that even this way, like building something and then find people, works, but I agree that not all the time. Alright. Boring problems, innovative solutions. My mouse is lagging. Finally, think about your solution. How are you going to solve the problem for your customers? Don't just copy what competitors are doing. Yes, I advise you to pick a straightforward, proven problem, but don't default to that with your solution. If anything, you want to solve the problem in the exact opposite way your competitors do. This is where you stand out. This is where you innovate. Inject as much of your unique personality and ideas as possible. It can even be simple things. I made Indie Hackers blue because every other blog was white. That's funny. More importantly, your solution should be built from first principles. What are these? You should be taking everything you learn about your customers and working backwards to build the best solution that fits their unique experience of the problem. This is the essence of product market fit. Tailoring your product specifically to your customers' needs. You want to make it such a good fit for these specific people that it's a no-brainer for them to use it. Stripe, for example, knew its target customers were developers, so they focused heavily on great API design and stellar documentation. I want to learn Stripe one day. This is the kind of advantage you can only get if you're identified a customer and their problems before you started on the solution. Otherwise, you'll build something generic. You also want product distribution fit. Find a way to extend your solution so it perfectly fits into your chosen distribution channel. Wes Bos, for example, tweets out educational tidbits for his upcoming courses, and it's some of the best content on Twitter. Indie Hackers' #1 distribution channel was Hacker News, so I specifically modeled the interviews on the site after posts I'd seen succeed consistently on Hacker News. Again, this is the kind of advantage you can only get if you identify the distribution channel before you started thinking about your product service. Hopefully you started to see why the #1 worst thing you can do is skip straight to this step and try building a product before thinking deeply about the problem and distribution. Yeah, that kind of makes sense, right? If you can't think of a good solution, or if it's too hard or expensive for you to build a solution, or if the competition is completely unassailable, what this means. Going back to the question how I learn English. This is how. Put it here. Okay. And now I know the word. Due to something like networking effects or economic to scale, then you may need to go back a step or two. Commonly, what you need to do is take the problem you identified in step 1 and shrink it a bit. Make it more specific, so it affects slightly fewer people, a niche, and then try to think of a channel and solution specifically to them. What are you doing? Can you talk a little bit about that? Yeah, I'm trying to learn new stuff so that I can build stuff to make stuff. It's a lot of stuff, as you can see. Start small. The final mistake to avoid here is to attempt to start too big. You are not Google or Uber or Airbnb. You're an indie hacker and you're just getting started. Big successful companies look completely different in the early days. Trying to copy what they look like today is a huge mistake. You have to work your way there one step at a time by starting small. Acquiring small wins. What's this word? Yeah, acquiring or whatever. And building off of those. For example, AdHag.io started with the founder Joel finding a bunch of videos on YouTube, putting them in a zip file and offering them to someone else's mailing list for a price. That's a far cry from what Egghead does today. But he couldn't have started where he is today, any more than you can jump from the ground floor straight to the top of the staircase. Take it one step at a time. When you're thinking about the problem you're solving and the size of the market, when you're thinking about the distribution channel, and when you think about the product, think small. We always like to think big, aren't we? Make a lot of money, have a lot of customers, a lot. What's the simplest thing you can do? Great, now go even simpler than that. The one exception here is your monetization model, where you want to do the opposite, charge more. Indie hackers should not compete on price. That's for huge companies like Amazon. Putting it all together. This post came out much longer than I thought it would, but once you internalize some of the lessons, you can actually run through this process quite quickly. True idea validation is going to require rolling up your sleeves, talking to people, and maybe even releasing a product. But you can make it pretty far adjust the theoretical phase by thinking about some of the concepts above. As a sanity check, try reverse engineering a few other successful companies by running them through this process. We compiled a huge list of founders, interview podcasts, and profitable products for this exact purpose. Ooh boy. But most advice is to bet big or go home. Yeah. Just thought of a GitHub user I started to upskill myself and realized it was you. Yeah, thank you. Think simple and start small. Yeah. This was a great read. If you stuck to the end, like, I appreciate it. But yeah, I mean, I'll also go through some of the comments just to see what people asked, and I feel like this is what I should have done the first time when I started the challenge. So what did we learn from this? It has a nice summary here at the beginning. Let me read it. Yeah. Wait. Here. Problem first, solution last. So we first need to find a problem for like we need to find an audience which has a problem and it's willing to pay for a solution, and then build a solution. As here, avoid fatal mistakes, starting with the solution in mind, rolling out already solved problems. Yeah, so you can build something which is already built but do it better. Being afraid to solve high value problems, not having a specific customer in mind. Yeah. To be honest, I kind of knew this stuff. I've been reading them, I've been listening to them, but it's just so hard. Like, all right, think of a problem which people have. What people? What problem? How are you going to build it? How are you going to monetize it? I think it's fine. You came up with ideas now after this read. You have a different mindset to go back to your ideas and chunk some of the bin and think differently than before. Yep. I think a great way to start is to understand who is your audience. Ask yourself, who would you like to serve? By focusing on an audience you'll enjoy serving, you will be more familiar with the market and their needs, have better empathy for your target users, feel more passionate about solving their problems. This passion will also increase your chances of success, as you're less likely to give up on the project. A good technique for finding the right audience is to start with those you are part of or have a close acquaintance with. For me, it will be co-working tenants, designers, blah, blah, blah. Add both individuals and businesses. When listing individuals, consider if there are relevant organizations that you'll enjoy serving as well. If you're looking for profitable product ideas, I share 17 techniques for ideas generation in my new book. Let's see. Did you stop daily recap? Yeah, the daily video recap I stopped because it was a bit boring. People weren't watching. The best products came out of solving your own problems. But I always wonder, what if my problems are so big that I can't find a solution to those? How can I build that product? Start small. This is what the article said. Start small. Which is difficult, finding the problems or find out the solutions of the problems? For me personally, I think finding the problems, at least at this stage, who knows what happens when I get to the solution, building the solution. Okay, my head hurts from all the reading now. Yes, weekly. I'll do weekly recaps. Today I'm going to make a recap after the live stream. Hey Vadim. Yeah, I've been reading the comments to see. So, if we're going now to find the problem we have to solve, well, I kind of have a problem finding a problem to solve. So, can I solve my problem or finding a problem to solve? That's weird, right? Sounds weird. Problemception. Yeah. So my problem is that I don't know what problem to solve. How can I solve my problem not knowing what problem to solve? And that's a fun one, right? Is it valuable though? I mean, okay, I have this problem because I want to solve a problem. Because I want to I have a goal. So other people starting out who would like to do this, they also want to find a problem. What if I build a place where people can share their problems and other people can solve their problems. There are some solutions for that problem in product hunt discussions. Stack Overflow. I'm not sure what you mean. Okay, let's see. I have here a post. Yeah, I want to read this too. Great write-up, thanks. By the way, do anyone have an example of a proven problem, as he says? Wouldn't that be reinventing the wheel? First and foremost, companies are not inventions. Inventing something new is one way to start a company, but the vast majority of successful companies don't invent anything. So I think you can go down the wrong path if you start thinking of companies as being analogous, can't read this word, to inventions. I can't read. Also, know that the wheel is a product. What makes it a solution, not a problem. As I said in the post, your solution should be unique and creative, but the problem it solves should be proven. Actually, it's possible to have a generic solution if you have a unique distribution channel or a unique affordable price, but that's a topic for another day. So you can have to solve the same problem with a generic solution, but you have a unique distribution channel or a unique price. Interesting. As for example, again, I encourage you to check out the Indie Hackers podcast interviews and products directory. Here are some I found in just a couple of minutes of looking. Balsamiq is making millions of dollars a year helping people create wireframes for their product ideas. People needed to create wireframes before Balsamiq existed, and other solutions already helped them to do it. It was a proven problem that was already being solved. Scott's Cheap Flights make millions of dollars helping customers find cheap flights. People wanted to find cheap flights before. Okay. Saving money is obviously a proven problem. Saving money is a proven problem. Saving money is a proven problem. Saving money. I'm not reading the chat, sorry. Key values make 6 figures connecting companies with software engineers. Companies were hiring engineers and engineers were searching for good companies long before it exists. Hiring and finding a job are 2 proven problems. Building a business is not about solving unsolvable problems. Hey, Max. Yeah, this was a great post. Now I need to brainstorm stuff. 0 to 7-figure exit in 8 months. How crazy is this? Making $1 million in 8 months. Crazy. All right, guys, let's see. Tell me in the chat, if you want, what problems do you have? Like real problems. And don't mind, this is a brainstorming session. Don't mind what others are saying yet. Just tell me your problems. I'm also going to think of my problems. And yeah, we can start from there. So one of my problems is that I started losing weight. I can't keep it off easily because I'm hungry now. That's a problem. I want to keep my weight off. Anyone else having problem with their weight? You want to find a job as a junior web developer. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to write down some of the ideas. You want to gain weight. Probably you want to put some muscle, right? Alright, so I'm going to write Florin. Keep the weight off. Guilherme. Find a job as a junior dev. And this is a nice idea I had. Like a website where junior developers find jobs. Huh. That's very specific. Interesting. Vid. Let's see what you said. Annotating site articles and be able to share without the need of plugin or account. Able to open on any platform and let shared participant to edit to they want. What? Get through the coding interviews. Okay. So this is Scott. Get through coding interviews. I should write it on. I always do this. Someone tell me next time. Okay, I also write a tweet. What problem do you currently have? We're looking for the next project to build during 0 to 100K. And for that, we need to solve real problems. Brainstorming session. I guess I can do this one. Yeah, just tweet this. I guess it should be fine. Okay, let's create a new page. I'm going to put it here. Page. Problems. Alright. So Florin, keep the weight off. Then it was Scott going through coding interviews. Then we had Guilherme Get a job as a junior dev, right? Find a job, yeah. Get a job as a junior dev. Okay. Wait, what I mean is like, if I want to highlight something in an article and share it to someone, I don't know how to do that without highlighting by selecting in browser and screenshot and sharing. People will come up with their big life problems. That's fine. What do you think is at the intersection of your work till now YouTube channel and problems faced by your audience, and how can you productize it? This is one way to come up with ideas. Yeah, I know. From what is written in the article, let's have a look at your audience. It is mostly dev coders, potential bootstrap founders. Getting a job after a long career gap. Yeah. I'm currently working on a small web app to preview YouTube content for personal use. Help freelance to find clients. Freelancer. Okay, yeah, keep them coming. Let's see, anyone said anything? Let's see this. What's 2 + 2 in JavaScript? Okay. Specific guideline on topics to learn for freelancing. Finding it hard to execute all my daily plans. Connecting to my database. Legacy project. Laziness. Helping people to get in touch with code before professional conversion. The summer heat. Let me rephrase this. What problems are you currently facing as a developer? Rajat, you're going with the solution already. We don't want solutions now. We want problems. You know? You all said a platform where you could list small freelance tasks, blah blah blah. Yeah, but that's a solution. We need problems first. Laziness, keeping motivation. Yeah, I'm going to remove the names so that we can just list what people say. Will be faster. Okay, so laziness. Getting a job after a career gap. Laziness. Finding motivation. RIP credit. Credit? What credit? And yeah, so also out of these problems, it's procrastination. Yeah, laziness, motivation, procrastination. Problem. I don't know where to start to build a solution. What tools do I need? On what basis does it require for me to get there? Oh, RIP credit. Yeah. These are not ideas, by the way. These are the problems people have. I guess it should. Yeah. start with the problems I have to solve my own problems. Find other people who have the same problems. Someone is getting tired. Alright, so I'm going to think about my own problems now, what I'd like to do, and then see if any of you like have the same ones. How to get more viewers. Yeah, I don't care about that. On the videos, yeah, it would be nice. Have some orange. I have water. It was very hot last night, and at around 3 a.m., 4 a.m., it started to rain like crazy. And yeah, I didn't sleep well. I'm going to put the music louder so you can hear something while I think. Well, my problems. I'm going to share with you my problems. Prioritizing. What happened to Purple Rain and Florine Love You alerts? I still have the alert. No. This one. Hello. But it doesn't say anything because it was connected. This causes the moral dilemma of, do you want to profit from people who are desperate about their ideas? Huh? Yeah, so my problems kind of goals is I'm looking to get financial independent. So financial independence, which will get me time to work on whatever. Right? But this is like such a big, not necessarily a problem, but a goal. Yeah, keeping the weight off is definitely a problem. I have also. Yeah, procrastination, laziness. I kind of solved that for myself. Finding projects to work on. That's another problem. Then I also have a problem with design. Designing projects. And I also have a problem with the backend stuff. like database authentication. How can you get hired as a web developer? Build projects, build projects, apply for jobs, see what they say, and repeat until you learn enough to be valuable for the company to get hired. Ask yourself, if you would have a dev company, who would you hire? And go backwards. Handling imposter syndrome. If you don't have any projects, can you get some idea from the internet? Of course. I'm going to share you the app ideas. You can work on these. You can work on YouTube tutorials, build the projects from the tutorials, add new features to it, learn, and yeah. Create a LinkedIn profile, put your skills, and put a post like you're looking for job specific skills. That too. Getting discipline is a big problem. It's hard to do that. Its benefits are massive. One would not get lazy and know exactly what to do. Yeah, this discipline. What time is there? Irrelevant. Check Twitter. 17. Stuck in a company where there is no growth. Time zone differences. Confusion between learning theory and building projects. The summer heat. Not having enough time to build everything I want. Using Twitter too much on my vacation. Starting a new project every day and never finishing anything. Unable to decide which productivity app to stick to. Being a young dev with no one to help when things get tough. Keeping myself motivated is a real challenge. Abstractive thinking. To understand concepts I can't touch with my hand is a real pain. Unmaintained and undocumented libraries. Developing the developer inside. Deployment. Python packaging. Starting out the right path. Imposter syndrome. You're coming with a solution. We need problems. We'll find solution. Overcoming addiction, any type. There are so many tools online. How to know which tool is the best for the job? That's a tricky. Yeah, I mean, interesting. I'm going to write it down, but in my perspective, what tool is the best for the job? Finding out what tool is the best. In my experience, all the tools kind of work, more or less. The most important part is for you to know the tool and be able to use it. It doesn't matter if React is the best tool out there, it's probably not. I'm just saying an example. It doesn't matter if React is the best if you can get the work done with Vue and know Vue better, just use Vue. Who cares? What tool did you use to write your ebook? Google Docs. Link, please, thank you. Link to what? Okay. Vid, I don't remember you writing me. I asked you yesterday to write me, did you? Probably forgot. You forgot or I didn't see you. Hey Jerry. Please don't spam the question twice. We're not looking for ideas now, we're looking for problems. I don't develop any app right now. Okay. All right, folks. You can use website builders if you're building products. As a business, it's fine. If you want to learn coding, just do it yourself to learn coding. Is there a solution to the problems coming from post-COVID isolation? Post-COVID isolation. What are the problems there? I mean, here in Romania we are kind of free now. You only have to, I think the only restriction, I mean, there are a couple restrictions left, like wearing masks inside, public gatherings, limited stuff like that. Hey Preet, I know a lot of people want to collab and stuff, but for now I'm going to work on my own at the beginning, maybe in the future. Physical and mental health. Website builders destroying front-end development through coding. Not necessarily, no. There are still projects which need a lot of customization, which you don't get from a website builder. So, but yeah, most websites, most simple businesses can be built with like website builders. Can you give me your phone number? No. Why would I? Corona Delta version in row. Lack of self-confidence, social awkwardness, the social rules, the new era of social games. Social. My head hurts. I've been thinking too much today. If you see flames coming up my brain. How to make a resume and apply for a job and collab with non-tech folks. Mentorship problem from Twitter. How do you find mentorship coaching? Yeah, just reach out, I do that. Can I meet you? You're so funny. My thoughts of boot camps. I never attended a boot camp. I've heard good stories about it. Most of the stories I've heard were good. Some stories weren't. I'd say they're okay if you have the time, the money. Maybe you can try without a boot camp. Try to find a community. My head hurts. I can't think anymore. Arrgh. Let's see what else people said. Take a break. Yeah, I will. It's time to get an air conditioner. Yeah, it's so hard because we have three rooms, 2.5, something like that. We have the living room, we have the bedroom, and my office. And like, if I get an air conditioner, where do I put it? Which room, you know? Probably the best will be in the bedroom because I need a good night's sleep. Here in the office room, whatever, it's okay-ish. It's still hot, but like not bathroom. Yeah, if I have visitors and I put them in the tub, then yeah. Time. Coding. What problems do you have in Nigeria? It's because because they're not allowed to use Twitter right now or something. Hey Kapoor, you're in the... Yeah, you're here. You built this? Nice. Hey, that's not okay. Convert all times in Slack messages to your local time zone. Nice. Good job. Working alone. Yeah, I know the 0.300000000000001 thing. Get those air coolers to move them around, but they have their problems. Whoa, it's been used by IBM, really? Have you written about it? Nice. Very nice. See, this is something we're talking about. Build something that solves your own problems. Well done. Oh damn, sure your favorite color is purple. Nah, what made you think that? Huh? It's not purple. Obviously not purple, right? Are you monetizing this somehow or just... Everything's purple in my life, except my life. Hey Francisco, how are you, buddy? How can you say I like purple? What's purple here? Look, my glasses are black. My shirt is blue. It's so annoying you can't find purple stuff as a man. Ah, it's annoying. But yeah. Yeah, like my Make Money website is also... I see a lot of dark here, not purple. I'm kidding, obviously. If you say purple and you're not thinking of me, that's bad. Viola. Background is purple. I mean, this is probably something purplish. Like, look, my phone is black. Wait. See? It's black. Not, I mean, I have some purple here, but like, it's black. And my watch is also black, see? I mean, yeah. What's the topic today? I kind of wasted my energy reading and trying to... We want to come up with a problem people have to, yeah, solve the problem, to create something solving a problem people have, which then we can monetize. Whoa, you really do like purple. Nah. Awesome. Well done, Kapoor. It's good to start from the problem instead of the idea. We were talking about this with our video yesterday. Yeah, definitely. That's, I mean, the first project I built, I started with the idea, but that wasn't good. So now I'm trying to like find a problem. Yeah. Bye, Aviral. Take care. Are you want to do freelancing in future in this challenge? I mean, freelancing is alright, but I'm looking more into projects which can lead to passive income or high return. Salute, Andrei. Yeah, Francisco, like I wrote a tweet to see what problems people have. I also wrote a list of my own problems. Tell us, what problems do you have? Probably the best problem will be to solve for developers, right? I kind of like this, making a job site for junior developers to find a job. Daniel, we're not looking to find a problem which hasn't been done before. I'm okay working with something which is already done and it's done well. I just do it better, and yeah. Like, let's imagine a company is making millions by solving a problem. and there are a lot of people having it. Can't I just take a tiny piece of that pie for myself by building the same problem, solving the same problem in a different, unique way? I like the idea of finding a job. The issue is here is what can we do with scam? We should have verified recruiters. Site portfolio for new good job. I haven't thought about having problems with scamming, like recruiters do that. They have scammy job posts. I know a lot of my audience would like to get a job. Let's see other problems. Should be thinking about monetizing right now. Yeah, that's another idea, like for this challenge should be. A site for junior developers would require you to dive into a lot of talks with recruiters and companies, especially when there are companies which hire junior developers to fire after a year. Ouch. Do they do that? Ew, that's nasty. Yeah, no, not so. When it comes to building a site for a job post site for junior developers, it will be the companies who would pay. Job ads for junior devs with little to no experience. I always see job ads for junior devs that require 3-5 experience. Will a good-looking portfolio help me as a full-stack developer? I don't have a degree. Obviously, yes. Build that, yeah. I like the idea of building a job post site for junior developers. The RV industry is booming in the USA. More people traveling, sometimes hard to get last-minute reservations, campgrounds getting these sites updated with last-minute cancellations. Oh, that's the problem. Ashish, I see you have a lot of questions which are not really related to the stream we're having now. It would be better if you emailed me all the questions you have, or maybe DM me. That would be better. 0x devs or 0x devs, a play of 100x devs. Many big tech firms do that. They fire most of them and recruit new junior developers. It's cheaper that way. Maybe not small firms, startups, they mostly do like retain devs. The RV space is booming. It's hard to keep track of everything you say. Okay, I might need to take a break to just, yeah, maybe take a nap. RV, but how can I solve the RV problem in the US? That's a question. Like, I don't know the market of the RVs, you know. I know the market of developers, so probably a solution and a problem around that, you know. Let's try to find junior web dev job list. Finding best deals for devs. Searching around for various codes or links and promos is annoying. Would be nice to search for a product I want that would tell me where to go to buy it. Optimal dev setup for dev in RV. I'm tired to talk. Come on, how long is this? I know a friend of mine, Adrian, worked on a project. 30k MRR. Oh, that's crazy. That's so crazy. So, Opera, what have you been working on? Where's the project? What's your usual sleep schedule? Around 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. What are some regional problems faced by devs in Romania? Good question. I haven't looked for like a market, you know. I haven't looked for a job in the market for a while, so. What's this? What? AI will be crazy one day. What about something to help people with live streams? You are great at them and you can provide a lot of value there. What problems do you have in live stream? Adrian is not working anymore on. Yes, I'll share the tweet. Machine learning definitely will be the future. Should we be worried? Hey. Getting people involved, set up and other stuff, or live stream or professional service. I never thought of that. You need to know math. I guess, yeah, for ML. Yeah. Adrian, where is your product? WeRemote.eu. Ha, finally. What is this? This is just a guy searching through the internet, reading, finding stuff. Okay, friends, I'm getting tired, so I'm going to take a break. It's been 2 hours of intensive thinking and reading, and my head hurts. So yeah, maybe I'll do another stream later, but most likely tomorrow morning. And see you then. Thanks for joining. Thanks for helping with the brainstorming. I don't know yet what I'm going to work on next, but real developers never rest. I'm not a real developer, I fake it. Yeah. Thanks all for joining. I'll see you, yeah, as I said. Follow me on Twitter if you haven't. Or yeah, most likely tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., same time. Bye. Take care.